join Brian Snow.
And welcome back to the postgame show. Brian Snow here with you. Your final 77-73 in favor of the IU Northwest RedHawks. They led by 10 early. They trailed by 8 midway through the second half, but pulled out the win thanks to some key players. I'm here with Coach Ryan Shelton for our postgame show. And Coach Shelton, all you can say is the ebb and flow of this game was absolutely off the charts, but kudos to your team for continuing to fight when everything, it looked like for a while, seemed lost when they took the crowd out of the game.
Brian, I think that's a key word. It's the fight. I mean, we didn't always play our best basketball out there tonight, but you can tell they will not give up until they're knocked out of the ring. I mean, this team is a bunch of fighters, and, you know, if there wasn't a more appropriate name than Nina Wills, you know, with the will to win, playing through that type of injury, especially after losing her backcourt mate, and Sharon Houston, who's better than she is?
I don't see anybody better than Sharon Houston right now, and she proved it tonight. It was Houston in the first half. It was Nina Wills in the second half, and I will point to a sequence where the Hawks were down, but Nina Wills on 3 straight possessions drove right to the hoop. 2 of those 3, she got the bucket and drew the foul. She got the bucket all 3 times, and on 2 of those occasions, she drew the foul, and she just took it upon herself in that sequence right there and established who she was.
I mean, she's a fantastic basketball player, but even more so, she's just an outstanding competitor. I mean, when we got Nina to commit to us last year as a freshman, we knew we were getting a very talented player, but I really didn't understand what I had with Nina until you see the fire, you see the intensity, and these kids just will not give up. And that connection between Houston and Wills, I mean, it's exciting to know that we're going to have them not just for the remaining of this season, but 2 more years after. It's the potential of these kids together is unlimited in my mind.
The numbers do not even tell the story about how this game went tonight. The way you can tell how this game went is how the crowd was in the game, then they were out of the game, and then all of a sudden they got back into the game. Everybody stepped up tonight. When Keller went down with the injury, they could have easily folded the tent after Keller went down with the injury because that's one of your sharpshooters. They closed ranks, they banded together, and they really gutted out this win tonight.
I mean, it's the perfect word, Brian, guts. I mean, that's what it takes to win these games. And looking at some of the numbers, 40 turnovers for us. I don't think anybody's ever won a basketball game with 40 turnovers
exactly.
before. But I tell you what, I mean, we didn't have that many shot attempts, but, you know, when we did, we got to the basket with Houston. Wills got to the basket. And look, I mean, the bottom line is they did not want to lose this game. I mean, that's what it was all about. We didn't execute in a great way, but they did not. It was just a refuse to lose attitude.
And that's something I pointed out to both Sharon and to Nina. They said the same thing, refuse to lose. Your 16th win, you're inching closer to nationals. You got the AAA tournament here in a couple of weeks, and you finished the regular season with all road games. Tell me, how big of a win was this for you and your team, knowing you have to finish on the road?
I mean, we had everything to play for tonight. You know, we're going for 20 wins. You know, we've got postseason implications with this game. It was senior night. It was homecoming. This team buried us by 30 last year at their place. I mean, you couldn't have asked for any more motivation. You know, was I worried? You know, when we went down, yeah, I was a little concerned, but I've seen us fight back before. And once we got a couple of baskets stringed together and got the momentum back on our side, you could see it back in their eyes, the eye of the tiger thing that, you know, Sylvester Stallone had in Rocky. Once you get that eye of the tiger with this team, they will not lose the basketball game.
Ryan Shelton joining me here for the post-game show. It's brought to you by Christensen Chevy, the RedHawk post-game show. Coach Shelton, thank you very, very much. See you back here on the 26th for the AAI tournament.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Always appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. We'll be back with more after this message on the RedHawk Sports Network. Hey, RedHawk fans, soar into the Spirit Club, the RedHawk Spirit Club.